time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweets all there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Gore N More. Oh, man. We are 5 floating heads today.
Yeah, in case you can't tell, the boss man is back.
Yes.
Dancing around.
Gracing our presence. And we are talking Dead Heat from 1988. But first, as you know it, it's our little slice of life. TJ, you want to give it through us? Little
Slice of life!
There you go. We haven't had that in a while because
we needed that.
And yeah, I'm gonna start it right down here at the bottom with Mr. Scuba Steve. How you been, brother?
Man, I have been good. I got the day off today, so I just had a relaxing day. We were supposed to get hit with this tropical storm. I forget its name, but it was supposed to come and, give us 70-mile-an-hour winds, and it just completely missed us. I got a free day today. It was great. It did drizzle a little bit, not much. But other than that, just been hanging out. Started working on my Loki Punisher cosplay. Started doing the tactical vest that I'm going to be putting together for that. So that's really it. Worked over the weekend, had some time with my grandma, and just hung out. And that was pretty much it. What about you, Bobby?
I had a nice little eventful weekend. Actually, yesterday I was in Philly for the Tattoo Con, so I was checking that out. And it was cool to see all the nice artwork everybody had going on. There was some really good fucking detailed shit going on at that show. Let me tell you.
Did you get anything?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
If I get one, I won't go to a show to do. I'll go to a parlor. But I don't have any designs right now that I want. So
you need to get a big old eggplant tattooed on your forearm.
You gotta. We gotta save those for Mr.
Dude, an eggplant and a cheese block, and everybody thinks it's dick cheese. He's like, nah, man, eggplant parmesan.
No, I need a block of cheese the size of a car battery tattooed on my arm.
There you go.
And then Friday night, I actually went and saw the new Malignant movie, but that could be for another review. I enjoyed it, but that's another review for another time.
See, I feel a lot of people on this network have seen it. I am not one of them.
I didn't get a chance, no.
Check it out, though. Please, I would say check it out for sure.
I'll try.
And then go ahead.
Did you go theater or HBO?
I went to theater.
Fair, nice.
I don't listen. If it's in a theater, I'm going. Fuck this sitting at home watching it on my goddamn TV. I don't.
I'm just saying, if you can't get out, dude, it's nice. But
I will make it out.
If you can get out,
I will make it out alive. If not, I'll end up dead like the cop in this movie. Fair enough. But well, either one. But and I've been working on my Jason cosplay, but it's still a long ways from done anyway. But slowly but surely, it's got to be done right. But other than that, everything else has been good with me. Chad Daddy, what about you?
Not much. It was a pretty calm and uneventful week at work last week, so that was nice and relaxing. Went at a nice, comfortable pace. Today was a little more insane, a little more hectic, but that's not important. That's a night shift problem. What else did I do this week? Started finally playing Predator on the PlayStation. I have a little weird thing that's happening in the game, though, and I've been on Reddit and I've seen a lot of people saying the same thing. Okay, they have this DLC pack where you can get the City Hunter Predator, which is, from Predator 2, and you can swap all these different masks, and one of the masks it gives you the option to wear is the Rebreather. But you cannot equip it. I can't equip it. I've seen so many other people saying the same thing. It just randomly works, or it doesn't work. It's so strange. So unfortunately, it's a glitch.
Is it a DLC or you actually earned it?
It's a DLC. It's unlocked.
Oh, I
need to check and see if I can get, because I have the game for the PC, but it
might be different for the PC. So I don't know if it's just a PS4 glitch or. But dude, we'll have to. That's really awesome because you can cross play on that. So.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I just started, so of course I'm getting my ass kicked. But. It's the experience, you build up the experience. And I also started playing Aliens Fireteam Elite. That's fun.
Yes, dude. I have that game. It's so great.
It is fun. I
I don't
haven't
know if
done
that
any
one's
online.
cross-platform.
Not yet. I've tried. I've looked it up. It's not. And so yeah, I started playing both of those this week, and I kept flip-flopping back and forth. They're pretty fun. A little stressful trying to kill all the Xenos, but that's what the game is. It's based on the movie.
They do it good too.
Yeah, real good. And it's less glitchy than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading a lot of people saying it was glitchy. I haven't really run into any major problems.
The only thing I wish they would do is make it to where you can talk to your teammates when you're playing online, because unless you're in a Discord server, there's no way to interact with anybody on your team.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
I think
Really?
I think Dead by Daylight's like that too.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah. But I guess it kind of cuts down on the sometimes you get annoyed hearing all the other players talking.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
but
never know what you're going to run into in that shit.
Yeah, and aside from that, not much. Watched this actually really fun movie. Had a little birthday party, did some more drywalling, a little this, a little that, but I've been going on long enough. TJ, how about you, buddy?
Well, I did a lot of podcasts, and so last Friday we did LCE 20 because we had to re-record because the guy's audio fucked up and it didn't record. Of course, podcasting stuff, shit happens, so we re-recorded the episode on Black Christmas, and that's all done, and then we're doing Scanners this week, starting Season 3. I'm super excited to start Season 3 of Lights, Camera, Exploitation, your guide to exploitive cinema, on Project Louder and anywhere else you consume audio-only content. That is a shameless plug, but I got a little package in from Unearthed Films. I got Evil Dead Trap and a film called Francesca, which is like a throwback Giallo film. It's pretty interesting.
Can I cut in real quick? That picture you shared in the group chat.
Yes.
Where did you get that little Dale Gribble?
5 and below.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
4 to 5 below.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to get one. I didn't see it. That's awesome. I want one.
He has a beer can and a cigarette. Then you can also take the beer can out and put a cell phone. So he's on the cell phone, smoke a cigarette.
That's awesome.
Nice. Very nice.
Now
You know he's got pocket sand, even if you can't see it.
If Super 7 ever does the King of the Hill 4-pack, I want pocket sand feature. Like a pocket sand hand.
Pocket sand would be amazing. Like,
that'd be great.
Fucking A. But yeah, just watching movies. I did watch *Malignant*, and you could probably stay tuned to LCE for a recent review on that coming soon. Brody and I watched it together. Interesting film. It's wonderfully mediocre, in my opinion, but yeah.
Wonderfully.
But I wouldn't disagree. I wouldn't disagree with him on a lot of things. I really wouldn't, actually.
I was talking to Brody. I'll touch on it right now real quickly. I was talking to Brody. Of his films, it's definitely top 3. Is it his best work? Is it his magnum opus? Absolutely not. I still think the original Saw movie's pretty tight. I think that just the problem is it's not perfect. I mean, whenever he talked about it, it seemed perfect. It seemed like he finally did something that's amazing. But I feel like Steve wants to say something.
No, I was just waving to Heather. Heather said hi, so I was just waving. Pay no attention to me. I'm just enjoying my wine and waving to comments.
We're starting to hand raising now.
Fucking A.
It's a big one out there.
So we're doing my pick this week, and I'm excited to talk about that. So, boys.
Wait. We didn't hear what Johnny did.
Oh, John. Yeah, bro. What's up?
It's all good, dude. I'm just waiting in the wind, bro. I'm just letting you. You haven't had a minute on this show to let go, so I figured I would just let it happen. No, man, I've had a pretty chill week. Just obviously doing the normal adult and shit and everything like that. Keeping up with the workouts with the Bobby and the Scoobs. Fucking A. Watch this amazing movie. Sadly enough, it was a end of a season note. Closed the pool down. But in a twist, that means Halloween decorating is full effect. So,
Yeah, buddy.
the wife literally even was like, "So why is the giant blow mold pumpkin down?" I was like, "Because the pool's closed." She's like, "What the hell's that mean?" I'm like, "It's fucking decorating time." And I walked right outside and yep. So I'm gonna start putting up that big 13 fucking monstrosity that I built last year. Hopefully this week. So And my goal is to build gravestones this year. Gravestones and maybe a gate. So we shall see.
Yo, dude. No, there is no we shall see. It's you shall do it.
No, I know. I got to decide how I want to build it, though. If I want to go just the full, like, double pieces of foam together with the, it's not Tri-Lock, but essentially the concrete over top of it. Or if I want to just go with foam on the front and actually a piece of wood on the back with a wood base, because I get wind like a motherfucker. So I got to
I would go with the base.
Resilience here. But the other problem is like, I also got to think of storage. So it's definitely kind of like a fucking, like foam, because obviously I could throw it a lot easier than fucking wood ones. But yeah, so that'll be my upcoming project because I have nothing for cosplay right now. But fuck all that. Let's talk about what we are here to talk about today, and that is 1988's Dead Heat. And I think we should let Boss Man take the plot.
Yeah, take it. It's his.
Yeah,
it's his movie.
this is his pick.
Wait.
Okay.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Thank you, boys. Violent criminals who can't be killed are shooting up Los Angeles, and the investigation leads LAPD detectives Roger Mortis and Doug Bigelow to a mysterious pharmaceutical firm. But when Mortis is suddenly murdered, his coroner girlfriend and loose cannon partner discover the company's resurrection machine that turns Roger into the Walking Dead. Now the department's most unstoppable cops must battle zombie hitmen, a butcher shop gone berserk, and the deceased industrialist, who's Vincent Price, who may hold the key to it all. But can Mortis solve his own homicide case before he completely decomposes? Darren McGavin, Lindsay Frost, and Key Luke co-star in this wild combination of explosive action thriller and gory zombie comedy directed by Mark Goldblatt and featuring grisly makeup effects and monsters by Steve Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Did we get to it yet? No.
All right.
Am I the only one now? Because I obviously did not catch it in the movie. His name.
What?
Mortis.
You didn't? Yeah. You didn't notice it.
I honestly didn't notice it in the movie because I was not enthralled by the name. And I'm like, listen, I'm like, oh, fuck. Wow.
It's all right, because every time I kept hearing Bigelow, I just kept saying Deuce.
Deuce. That's Deuce Bigelow's daddy right there.
Maybe that's what he did with his remaining hours, because Mortis was kicking.
Well, no, but I thought he was still able to live, because remember they said that they created one. Yeah, they said they created one that wasn't going to have any of the defects that the other ones had. So he's alive for good. Dude? I'm just saying he's alive for good.
I still want a sequel though, man. Like,
well, we all can't have what we want, unfortunately.
Because I felt like they were in like heaven together by the end. Like,
yeah, that's
kind
what
of the
I
impression
got.
they gave. Yeah.
So I didn't know if like they actually gave him the immortality newer version or not.
Maybe not, but I got to tell you something. His line made the movie at that point. The last line he says.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The last fucking.
All right. Well, before we'll
talk about that later. Continue.
Yeah, we got to do the rundown.
So, directed by Mark Goldblatt, editor of Halloween 2 and Terminator 1 and 2. Nightbreed, director of the Dolph Lundgren starring Punisher film. Okay.
That's 89.
That threw me off like
the real Punisher movie. Punisher movie.
OG Punisher. Written by Terry Black, Tales of the Crypt, and Silk Stalker. What's that movie?
It's a TV series. It was a cop show on USA Network.
Oh, fair enough. Produced by David Helpram from The Hidden Two and Leave It to Beaver. Yeah, Leave It to Beaver. Starring Treat Williams from Deep Rising and The Phantom as Roger Mortis. Joe Piscopo from SNL, Johnny Dangerously, that's where I know him from, as Doug Bigelow, Deuce's father. Lindsay Frost, Nightmare Cafe, The Ring, as Randy James. Darren McGavin from Kolchak and Night Stalker, and of course, A Christmas Story.
Forgot Billy Madison just saying.
With some sweet fucking rug pieces, may I add.
Yeah.
The man and the legend himself.
Yeah, you got to read the part I wrote.
I am. The man and the legend himself, Vincent Price. If you don't know who he is, why the fuck are you here?
He gone. He gone, hoes.
I feel
he
like
gone.
Be
gone, Satan.
That's understandable.
From the original House of Wax, not the Paris Hilton fucking reboot poop. The House on Haunted Hill.
I was told there's a following of that film. I know fucking
Literally dozens of horror films, as we can go on. Pit and the Pendulum. I know you all know different
Thriller.
ones.
You can't take Thriller.
Yeah, I
Can't
mean,
forget Thriller.
Music videos. Like
The Fly,
Oh yeah.
The Bat,
Sherlock Holmes.
Hi, dude.
Mask of the Red
Yes.
Dead. We could keep going. Continue.
All right.
Any Hammer
13
film.
Ghost. Arthur P. Loudermilk. Claire Kirkconnell from Amazing Stories and the A-Team as Dr. Rebecca Smithers.
Smithers.
Lev.
Smithers.
Is it Lev? No, Lay Luke.
K-Luke.
Jesus fuck. I'm
K-Luke.
dyslexic. What the fuck? From Gremlins and Gremlins 2, the New Batch.
If you want to see Louder Milk, subscribe to the Patreon. Jesus Christ.
Robert Picardo from Gremlins 2, the New Batch, Star Trek Voyager as Lieutenant Herzog.
Yeah.
Steve, you take it away.
Mel Stewart from Bride of Reanimator as Captain Mayberry, Professor Toru Tanaka, former WWF wrestler, the Running Man, Last Action Hero as Butcher.
Is he the guy that throws the shoe at Austin Powers?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
that's
so.
what
Yeah, he
happens,
is.
dude.
He is.
He's fucking.
He's fucking.
Not Odd Job. What the hell's his name?
Well, I forgot what his name was.
No, that's
but
no.
yeah.
Isn't that Odd Job?
No,
Odd Job's
the real
from James
version.
Bond. Yeah, it's from James Bond.
Fuck. Keep
I
going.
forgot what his name was.
I gotta look.
It wasn't hand
That's
job,
what
was
his
it?
name is,
Was it
too.
hand job?
It was not hand job.
No, it is Odd Job. I'm telling you, it's Odd Job.
It might be.
I'm telling you,
It
it's
might
Odd
be.
Job.
It might be.
All right,
Martha
keep going.
Quinn, MTV VJ as the newscaster. Shane Black from Predator, director of Iron Man 3, and The Predator as Patrolman.
Random Task.
Random task. That's what it was. Yes,
That's
yes.
it.
But what was his name in WWF?
Yeah, what was his name there?
That was it. That was the
Was
professor.
it Tanaka? Was it Tanaka?
No. I'm not sure. He was like old school.
Hmm.
Like I think 70s or something.
Ring name, Professor Tanaka.
There you go.
Oh man.
Oh, that was his name. Nice.
Fucking random day.
All right, so
Hiroshima.
music by Ernest Troost. He did the music in Tremors. Cinematography by Mr. Robert D. Yeoman. He was actually the director of photography on just about all of Wes Anderson's films, such as Grand Budapest Hotel, The Moonrise Kingdom, Life Aquatic. TJ could wax on and on for hours about this guy, and he's really excited to talk about him, I could tell. He did not, however, do the animated films like we were just talking about at the beginning before the show.
Yeah.
Edited by Harvey Rosenstock, who did Teen Wolf 2 and Tombstone, which is one of the best cowboy movies.
Oh, yeah.
Distributed by, I love that movie. Distributed by New World Pictures, runtime of 86 midgets, budget of $5 million, grossed $3.5 million.
That's probably why we did not get that sequel we all wanted.
It
Damn
did
it.
not do great, but god damn it, this was a fun movie. I don't
It
care.
really was a fun fucking movie.
So we actually
Make me
have him,
big.
we have him live today.
Yeah, we don't need the boss's breakdown video. He's here in person.
Right. So
Make
Take
my
it away, buddy.
monster grow.
yeah, take it
All right,
away.
let me touch it. I'll make sure
Are
you
you gonna
get it.
side
honey
note
bunny.
this right now? Are you talking about? Are you
We're gonna
alluding
do
to
Lord
Zed coming
Zed
back?
conversation.
Here we go.
No.
Power Ranger.
Down that hole.
Power Ranger side note.
You know what? I'm here, so we might as well sidebar this motherfucker. So, if you haven't been on the internet in the last 2 weeks or so, apparently we're getting blessed with the return of Lord Zed in Power
Looks
Rangers
fucking
Dino
sweet,
Fury.
dude.
Looks like he got an upgrade. Now, the problem with that is his homeboy turned into a human at the end of In Space when Zordon's purification wave wiped out all the evil in the universe. Well, until
Time
Swan wanted more money.
Time flux?
So what I think it is that the human form of Lord Zed died, and then the resurrected the demon or whatever evil entity that is Lord Zed from that human form or whatever was dead, and that's what you have. Or Cameron Lee of the Big Bad Beetle Bros podcast, our official Toku expert of Project Louder, thinks Homeboy's a clone.
Ooh.
Very also possible, yeah. I liked where you were going with it because that kind of reminded me of Hellraiser 3, where he was just kind of like, nope, I'm my own shit now.
Because apparently there's somebody that said it in the Sentai, or if it's not in the Sentai footage, or somebody said about like who watched footage of this, said that Zed runs off at the end, and he doesn't have his staff. And the majority of his power comes from his staff.
Right.
His staff is still with the Beast Morphers team, and they're like chest where they collected all the ancient relics of all the villains past. So he's pretty much
So we're gonna be
powerless.
like Super Zed, I wonder.
And the Resurrector monster doesn't die; they capture him. So I bet he gets used later, and we see Zed return in some form rather than just become the big baddie of the series. And we also have to remember that him and Rita's son popped up in a previous season.
They had a son?
They had a son. Starts
Zed
with an
had a
R.
point?
Let me look it up.
I can only imagine what that would look like.
Rita Repulsa.
Because he's just kind of...
Brax, yeah.
Although you said he was human, I guess.
Yeah, at the end... Yeah, I'm not
Fuck
really
it.
sure.
Hey, whatever.
Continuity, right? It's like the Friday
Right.
the 13th series.
You know what? Fuck it, dude. That's awesome that they're bringing it back. I think that was
Yeah.
cool as shit.
Yeah, it gets all those old school fans reinvigorated to try maybe the new season. And I think it's going to work like that. I mean, look, Corey Kaufman's talking about Power Rangers again.
Right. And if you got young kids, dude, now you're just like, connection time. Like, yo, this motherfucker right here. Cause some shit. But
Fucking
anyways,
right.
man, how do you feel about this movie, boss man?
Okay,
It's your
so-
pick.
Whenever Chad was like, gotta pick a comedy movie. But we were also doing zombie movies, you know? And like, this film is so out of the ordinary from anything around its time. Like, of course, Buddy
Yeah.
Cops movies were here and everywhere in the 80s. But this film has a completely different dynamic. I think Piscopo's acting is so completely different than what you're used to. And his delivery on things is completely different than what you're used to, especially for the time. So this film completely holds up today. The cinematography, I think, is not exactly what Robert Yeoman's used to do. Well, what he does now, what you're used to seeing him do now, because mainly he's kind of like unlocked the magic key to cinematic glory with the work he does with Wes Anderson. But I think with the films he did at this time, the directors used him because he was efficient, he knew what he was doing, and he was dependable. And that's totally reflective on the way that this film looks and the way that this film is shot. It's extremely done competently, and the action scenes are actiony. The dialogue scenes are close and intense. I think it all just works really well. I love the special effects. Shout out to Nick Benson, one of the Project Louder listeners who actually worked on this film. Awesome work. Looks fucking great. I've not seen any of what is his name? Goldblatt's other films, but I'd love to see if he did anything on par with this. This is truly something special.
This movie was Zombie Last Action Hero.
Yes,
It was,
Yes,
dude.
Yes,
that's
Way before Last Action
Well, way
Hero.
before Last Action Hero
Yeah.
was even a thing. This,
Mhm.
5 years.
oh, yeah.
It had that fun playfulness that Last Action, and specifically the parts where it's just the kid's like just watching the Jack Slater films.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what it
Yes.
felt like. Especially, like I said, the scene where they're sitting there talking to the police captain and he's just chewing them out. I'm like, that is Last Action Hero right there.
That shit was great, though, dude.
And no, you know what also is Last Action Hero of this is the fact that you just get shot and nothing happens.
The set's
Right?
pretty
It's like
fucking
there's a
sweet too.
Oh, yes. And there's just a million times it's like, he's got shot, nothing happened to him. Like, that happens in every fucking action movie.
They
15,000
did,
bullets
they
go
did
around.
not reload at all.
No, and no
Not only that,
reloads.
but everybody was rocking Uzis.
Yes.
Uzis was
Yo.
handed
Yes,
out like
that
it
was the
lollipop,
fucking
dude.
thing there.
No, no,
It
you
was,
gotta,
dude.
That was a
You gotta
very
s-
80s thing. Like, all
Oh,
the bad guys had
hardcore.
Uzis back in the 80s.
you gotta
I
say
used
it
to
the
have
right
a
way.
toy one, dude, and if I watched this shit when I was a kid, I would have been right there the whole fucking time with it.
You gotta say it the right way. The Uzi 9mm.
Oh my god, yeah, right.
They all had the Uzi 9s.
Dude, everybody had them bitches. It was ridiculous.
Dude, this was like every 80s action buddy cop comedy cliche all thrown into one and in a fun way.
With all
Yes.
the one-liners too. The one-liners were fucking great.
What do you want to be reincarnated as? I don't know, a woman's bicycle seat.
Let's go see.
Dude,
I mean,
his one-liners were perfect.
that's my
Like, and I was kind of sad. I almost thought they weren't going to bring him back because I was like, wow, they really effed him off like that early. And like, It still felt kind of early.
They killed
for, like,
everybody.
It did.
Yeah, everybody died.
No joke.
the police chief.
Not counting the random cops that were shot at the beginning, of which I counted, I think, 9, and about a half dozen or so security guards. There's like 15 people that get killed in this film.
Everybody.
Not
That's a lot of
single
people.
Everybody dies.
Yo, even the
Pretty
like
much,
the morgue
yeah.
chick, like you don't even see her death. She's just dead. You're like, oh,
Yeah, you just find her dead.
fuck it.
I was
Throw
really
another
sad
one
when
on the
she
pile.
died.
Right? She was,
And then the one girl just literally melts away, and it's like, oh.
Yo, creature design on this is out of this fucking world. And
Oh,
you
yes.
have to shout out Benson and whoever else worked on this. Fucking
Dude, that work on that guy with that work on the monstrous thing with the 3 faces.
that
also
obese
together.
thing
Yo,
is
that was fucking
fantastic.
wicked looking.
wait, you're talking about the big biker one?
Yeah.
Now, I had issues with that design. And let me tell you what, sorry, the wine's already kicking in. But let me tell you what my issue is with that design. Okay. You have 3 separate faces. Okay. 3 separate
where you're going.
faces. They shared one fucking beard of the same color, and all the faces looked like they were triplets.
My wife said the same.
See, okay, I thought that too, and I figured maybe his face just like
It wants Cerberus dogs.
like
Yes.
mutated, like to where it like multiplied.
King
I don't know
Ghidorah.
why.
Oh my
but-
god.
My wife said the same thing. She's like, "Why are the faces all the same?"
And I was like, why do they share one beard? That was
Connor.
the weirdest part for me.
Shout out to Connor, the Yowie Kalgouli. You smell like an asshole, buddy. There you go. Take a shower. He'll show him that later. It'll be funny.
Yeah. No, but this, like I said, I've only seen snippets of this when I was a kid, and I didn't remember shit. So this was essentially a first time viewing for me.
Yeah, I had never even heard of this movie until we started talking about it. And
Yeah.
I started watching it last Sunday after we stopped talking. I threw it on to maybe jog a memory to see if maybe I had seen this film. I watched it halfway through and none of it clicked. And I had never seen this movie. So I watched it again yesterday and I sat down, threw my headphones on, and it was a ride. It was a ride.
Yeah.
Dude, it
This-
was.
My buddy
First-
Gene has been trying to get me to watch this for like over 20 years. He's like, "You got to watch this." I'm like, "I don't know. Doesn't really seem like my kind of thing." I mean, come on, it's got Joe Piscopo in it. So last night I sat down. That's the first time I watched it. Man, I loved it. This is a fun film.
This
So
was my
welcome.
this was my first watch. Well,
Yeah, thank you.
I just had so much fun with it.
So when did you first see this, boss?
It was on Tubi, and I
Was it more like recently though, like or was
no?
it?
Back when I had Nick on the first time on Rabbit Hole, I was going through a couple of his films, and I was like, "Oh, this one's on Tubi. I'll watch that." Yeah,
Nice.
Nice.
be able to
Yeah.
ask him questions. So I watched a bunch of films.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, it was a great find,
Yes.
and I mean,
Joe Bob did an episode.
really,
Yeah, on Shudder. There's an episode about this.
but that'd be a fun watch.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you guys have.
I almost watched that, but I'm like, well, that's like going to be 2.5 hours. So
I want to watch the movie itself. The movie.
Yeah.
Right. And then if it's that good, you'll be like, then I'll watch.
yeah, and go back.
Now
and
go
rewatch.
watch
Yeah,
Joe Bob. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I want
that
to
extra
do.
juiciness.
That
wanna
was
watch
the
this.
second Treat Williams film we've had.
It is.
Yes.
He's done,
We did Deep,
Deep
Rising,
Rising.
whenever Chad was on his underwater fetish.
That was.
It was
that
a
was
wet
another fun
fetish.
one.
It was
That
a
was
wet
another
fetish,
fun one.
okay.
I like Deep Rising, dude. It was a total.
So did
stunt
I.
show.
I
The
enjoyed
whole
it.
It
ad
was definitely
great.
one of the better films that we were forced to watch.
And there was no forcing.
Hey, I've apologized several times for the Descent
Yeah, I was gonna say the Rift.
or Endless Descent or the Rift. That's it.
I was saying The Descent. I like.
I was gonna say The Descent's
We
a
haven't
great
reviewed that
fucking
one.
movie.
Yeah, the Descent is a good
Which
movie.
one had RoboCop?
Leviathan.
Leviathan.
That was the better
yes.
But that was the
That
one that
pissed-
the underwater scenes were just blue filter, right?
Yeah, but that pisses me off because you can't. The Scream Factory is out of print.
Ah,
Oh, really?
You know what that means?
Yeah.
Somebody else is gonna pick it up soon, buddy. Da-da-da-da.
There you go.
They only have the rights for about 3 to 4 years, and after they go out of stock, you can expect that to happen relatively soon.
What a great way to end that movie was just a fucking duff into the face
Right?
of
Yo,
a
that
boss
was a
CEO
great
woman.
ending.
Just like, and I'm not like attributing to woman beating by any means, but she was a fucking. She was
Bitch had it
Brody's
coming.
favorite word.
Bitch had it coming.
Which
Oh my god, dude!
it would.
And if you don't believe me, go check out our review. And
I
watch
almost
that
said
movie.
it.
What's that?
I almost said it.
I think
I don't think he says it in his. I don't think he says it in his review. So somebody needs to cash in the.
Fuck yeah, dude. So speaking of,
That's all well and good.
No,
Katie's cutting in.
no, the other guy.
Snip, fucking snip.
Hey there, gentlemen. It is I, your DKB, here back for another episode of Gore N More, and this week I'm here to talk to you about Dead Heat. Now, I am going to keep this short and sweet, and I'm not going to go too far over the top, and I'll start off by saying that I thought this movie was going to be shit. However, it is far from shit. It is a fantastic B-movie cheese fest that I'll keep rewinding for days, and it only had me thinking halfway through. It'd be interesting to see if they remade something like this today and what they could do with it. That's right. But yeah, no, it was entertaining from the word go. It had violence, humour, action, character development, and the character dynamic between our two leads was actually fun to watch. I am a bit of a sucker for buddy cop films, especially buddy cop horror films in that sense. So yeah, no, this was a really, really fun film to watch from the word go. I will point out the cinematography in this was nothing really special. Like, it looks good. It looks good. They don't try and go too over the top with their shots. I mean, it's not a film that they really need to, but in that sense, it looked good. The concept and idea of this film, like I was saying before, they should remake it. I find it really interesting and fascinating. Especially even when I was a kid, I never ever saw this film as a kid, but I'd seen it and read about it in like magazines and the trailers and shit. So I thank you to Mr. Bowser for actually choosing this film this week for me to actually watch after all these years and suss out. Yeah, but on that note, like I said, short and sweet this week. I'm going to have to give it a Gore N More score of a 3.5. Like I said, nice. I found it entertaining from the word go and until the credits were rolling. So this is your DKB signing out. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll catch you next week, gentlemen. Cheers.
Thank you, Brody.
Wonderful. Well then.
All righty.
Shall we hear some behind the scenes on this bitch?
Well, I mean, do we still want to discuss? I mean,
we can still discuss.
Really enjoyed this movie.
This is true. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, I wish I remembered most of the one-liners. Unfortunately, I don't, dude. Especially like when he was putting on the lipstick. I think that made me like geek out the most.
When he asks him what color it is.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, he's like, oh, it definitely goes with your eyes. Oh, and I feel like this movie, like, it sets it nice because by the time you're asking yourself a question, it's literally like a second or two later that it answers it.
Yeah,
like perfect. Case in point, right at the beginning when they're shooting out the robbers, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, how did they just take 50 fucking bullets and not die? And then the movie's just like, how the fuck are they not dying? And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you.
My wife asked the same thing, and I'm like, it'll make sense further on. Don't worry.
Well, because you really don't know. I mean, their faces look kind of messed up, but for that time, like a villain in a movie like that, usually like henchmen have some kind of like defect in them. You know, if you think of like
that, but they were wearing some fucking gimp masks, dude.
Yeah, and those gimp masks, they weren't hiding anybody. They weren't hiding anybody's fucking identity with those fucking things on.
No.
So, you know, you see these guys, and I just thought at first maybe they were on drugs or something. Maybe they were like all methed out, and that's why their appearance looked that way. And so when they're getting shot, I'm like, man, these cops suck at shooting. Like, what the hell is going on? Can these guys not die? Because this dude just got blasted with a shotgun in the gut, and he's back up shooting. And then that's when they were like, oh, what's up with these guys? They're not going down. I'm like, oh, okay, then it's not just me. It's not just a movie thing that they're doing.
Right.
And immediately when the lieutenant, he was talking to the lieutenant, I was like, hey, that's the guy from Gremlins. That's the guy that bangs the chick gremlin.
I still love it when he looks at him and goes, you can't take my car. Says, thank you, taking it anyway.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that whole scene made me just want to watch Predator 2 because that's what that made me think of as well. It's literally what Glover does with
close it. Yeah, that's very similar.
Fuck this,
right? Oh man, I mean, what up? I'm trying to think out. Like, the delivery was great. The sets were cool. I feel like the fact that we had some great like classic actors into it as well was a good mix.
Yes.
So like obviously like it was really nice seeing Vincent Price. Like I'm glad we didn't get to see him just in that weird like death video and that was it.
Yeah.
When I saw him, I was like, yeah.
That's what I thought at first. I'm like, don't tell me you just hired him for this little 5-minute bit. Like, come on.
Yeah, I was worried about that too, and then he did show up again later. I was like, yeah.
And he's the villain, dude. Like that's the best.
They utilized him properly in this film. I think.
Yes, they did.
Having him as the big baddie is absolutely the right move. I think Joe Piscopo not being used in other films in this sort of way is fucking criminal. He's
dude. Like what the fuck?
Underrated. Example: whenever they're doing the interrogation thing, whenever they're talking to the girl at the very beginning, like the pharmaceutical girl, if you notice his body language while he's talking, he's like twiddling his thumbs and stuff. So he's actually doing something while in the scene, not just standing there like an idiot, waiting until he's ready to talk and say his jokes. And then also just watch his facial expressions in response to the things that he says currently. It's like he's actually part of that conversation. It's the little things that adds more believability to that character that makes that an all-around good performance.
A good reason for that is also that he ad-libbed a lot of his lines, so like a lot of what you see is like his natural,
which you could tell.
Yeah,
totally believable. Yes.
Yeah.
That probably would have to come from the SNL experience and having to do, live television and then sketches like that in front of a creative environment types thing. Yeah.
Bro, and that fucking mullet was just mwah.
His arms were pretty big too.
I was gonna say he was jacked.
He was hard in some of them scenes, dude. Like
you got it.
That hard flex when they met the coroner there.
Oh yeah, he was like, hey.
Right, get them triceps going.
She wasn't exactly like turning him down either. Like she
wasn't.
No,
because she mentions the ex, and she's like, "But that was a long, long time ago."
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got the feeling that both the main female leads wanted both guys.
Yeah, I did too. Like, I thought we were gonna get some weird zombie action for a second with the.
Mortis would have been extra stiff. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, damn!
He would have pulled a double stiffy.
With the one-liners.
A double stiffy would have been pulled.
No, man, and the action was crazy, dude. We got some like weird zombie Terminator shit going on at the end, or at least that's what I had in my head.
Dude, it was rad. Didn't he look like Near Dark? Like the guy from Near Dark?
Yes. Like a mixture of Near Dark and I feel like Terminator when he's like all fucked up at least.
You technically had a Terminator in this movie. The first robber was the stunt double for Arnold.
Hey,
was it?
Who directed it? Who directed it?
Who directed this?
The editor of fucking T2.
Oh yes,
right. No, both.
So there you go.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
That's right.
And we had zombie animals, I guess you would say.
Bro, yeah. No, I'm becoming a vegan now because of that fucking.
I was eating fried chicken when that fucking scene came on, and I looked at my chicken. I was like,
dude,
so fucking weird.
Who popped for the cow carcass? Oh my god! At the door,
that shit was It was just It was just Bill.
That cinematic reveal to the door opening.
Yes! I don't know though. Yes! Just the whole part of Treat Williams getting his ass kicked by a fucking liver.
I love the fact that he looks at it and goes, "Now, how the hell do you defeat that thing?"
Or when he reaches down and he closes the duck mouth because it's being too loud.
Yeah,
it's like
that slap to the face definitely was just like, oh.
That was the best scene of the whole movie. That was insane.
That was straight up left field. I was not expecting that by any means. And oh my god,
boy, talk about your meat still mooing.
If you have not watched this movie and you've been keep listening, I'm going to say pause this shit right now and go watch.
Oh, watch it.
Treat yourself.
Go watch it. You can always come back to this. Yes.
Watch all your meat get beaten in one scene.
I'll say that butcher shop scene is going to go right down in history with the fucking elbow drop in Cabin Fever 2.
Did you watch that yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I have not watched it yet.
Oh,
you could after that scene, you could probably turn the movie off. You won't.
Yeah, just I don't watch anything else.
Just YouTube that scene. That's all you need to do. Shall we take a peek behind the curtain?
I will show you what I have. There isn't much videos behind it. Okay, so I looked for behind the scenes videos. I looked for deleted scenes, and I couldn't find shit. Like the behind the scenes I found is literally just Treat Williams Williams and Joe Piscopo talking about how much fun they're in this film.
Okay, good.
That's fine. I'm glad they had a good time. It wasn't what I was looking for, but
they
it was
had a
nice
good
little bit to
time.
watch. They had a good time. Okay, so the film suffered numerous cuts to the gore in order to receive an R rating instead of an X. That's some of the stuff I was hoping to find, but I couldn't. I know they do have deleted scenes on some of the DVDs. I don't know if all the deleted scenes are there. I did find some things, a couple things that compared scenes to an extended cut, but the extended cut doesn't have the gore, and it's just like a little bit more characterizations, things like that, flashbacks, nothing really important to what we wanted to see. The TV version does have additional scenes that were cut of the original release. Included, there's the mausoleum part is longer and includes an appearance by Dick Miller.
Huh.
Ooh.
Mortis having a nightmare about his death day party with Joe Piscopo in zombified makeup.
Mm-hmm.
These scenes and more are included in a 2004 DVD release, but it's very rough quality. It wasn't cleaned up. It's basically poop.
Rough,
I guess. Yeah. The building used for Dante Pharmaceuticals is also the set of the movie Biodome, made 8 years later.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pauly Shore.
Oh.
I heard they were trying to redo and like make a new one.
I did hear that too.
He was talking about it on his TikTok.
Yeah, he was.
Because people have been asking him to make another one, and he's like, look, like we get, like he's like, I get that you like that movie, and I would love to make another one, but it's not up to me. It's up to the studios. Like,
right.
We don't own the rights to those characters.
He's like, bitch, I ain't paying to make that. They got to pay me.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much is what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I heard they wanted to do a follow-up to Encino Man too at some point.
That would be cool.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But they'd have to. You can't do it without Brendan Fraser. So
no, but he's coming back out now out of nowhere. So
no, man, he's been back out.
It seems more lately, I guess.
I haven't got to where he's in it yet.
The lead character is Roger Mortis. Mortis is the Latin word for death. Also, Roger Mortis sounds quite a bit like rigor mortis.
Yeah.
I still can't believe you didn't pick up on that, Bobby.
I was not paying attention to the names. I was paying attention to all the shit that was happening.
I was trying to find a connection with the name Dante for the plant that they went to, or the labs that they went to. Like trying to, and then the only thing I could think of with Dante is like Dante's Inferno. So like that was hell or something. That was the only thing I could come up with on that. But I wish they would have given it like a something having to do with like reanimated corpses or something.
Fair enough.
It was shot in 37 days. The undercover cop car driven by Roger was a 1960 Chevy Impala convertible.
Hey.
Nice.
Writer Terry Black was approached by New World Pictures to write a sequel to Dead Heat. Black told a New World executive that the sequel would be hard to do because all the main characters died at the end of the film. The executive responded, "You've got a resurrection machine, you figure it out."
Wait,
it was never made though.
So Bigelow did die.
I'm guessing. I thought so, going from that, but it's really, really hard to tell. Like we were saying, they went back in time, or not back in time. They went at the end. There's like they're going to the afterlife or something.
Yeah.
But I could have swore that before they resurrected him, they said that this was the model that didn't have any of the defects that the others did.
And I do remember them saying that though. But like, I still feel like the ending alludes to like, all right, we're just gonna die together. But if they die, he was still brought back together or brought back way after the fact. So I want to see what he does with his last 10 hours once fucking Mortis goes.
Dude, they already talked about what they were gonna do for the last 10 hours. About the death party?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, but I figured like, I guess he would just die at the party, and then I guess Bigelow
would get totally ripped and just fucking.
Well, Roger didn't have that much time left. I mean,
I was gonna say Roger
he had
was like
maybe 2 hours.
Yeah,
at most.
Like, he was.
And I like how nobody questioned, like none of those cops or those firefighters or anybody questioned how the fuck did this burned ass dude just get up and ask for his weapon.
I love that. He just gets up. He's like, "I'm a patrol officer. May I have your gun?" I'm like, "So that's what it takes?"
Like, I'm a detective.
Dead and burned.
I need your gun. I'm alive, even though I just came out of an explosion.
I mean, they probably just didn't know how to assess that. They're just like, you know what? Fuck this. I ain't even touching that shit, dude. Like, just let them go.
I've seen zombie movies. Fuck this. Here you go. Take it.
Right, but usually the zombies don't ask for the guns.
Yeah.
But, you know, now it would have been funny if he shot him and he just goes, see, I told you. Now please hand it over.
Yeah, right.
Listen.
What else we got, Chad Daddy?
Features the big reveal of the movie DOA from 1949 and the scene where Randy and Roger return to Randy's house and find Doug dead. I was wondering what movie that was.
Oh, the one where
the black and white movie that they're watching.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and principal photography began on August 19th, 87 in Southern California. According to the production notes, locations included the Veterans Administration Hospital cafeteria in Los Angeles, Memorial Park Cemetery in Hollywood, California, the library in the city of Pasadena, and the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant in the San Fernando Valley, in case you guys wanted to know some shooting locations.
Nice.
So I'm assuming that was the Dante's medical was probably that last one there.
Maybe.
Seems like
and apparently, and I guess there is a scene that was deleted. I did find this out that there is basically a zombie stripper played by Linnea Quigley.
Oh, what? We got gypped again. I'm kidding. Well, for
God
that,
damn it! I mean, this movie was great as it is.
It was, yes,
need it,
but a zombie stripper would have made it that much better.
Yes, but I think we've seen her titties in like 5 of our movies, so.
But
so
we've never
it's kind of been there, done that.
Why can't we see the 6 of them?
React to him though. Like I want to see what his character would do in that situation.
Well, we know what Joe Piscopo would do.
That's what I'm saying. I want to know what he would do.
We are.
Like I think he would be questioning himself. He'd be like, should I?
And that's all I got, guys.
Alrighty.
Fair enough.
So, gentlemen, what format did we watch this on?
Tubi.
Shudder
For the Boss Man. I did Tubi as well. All right. The dish of the film.
Darren McGavin.
Yeah. Even more so than Vincent Price.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
100% is Darren.
Polchak, you son of a bitch.
It's kind of funny because going into this, I completely forgot he was the dad on Christmas Story.
That was the first thing I thought. And when
that was my first thing was Christmas Story. I was just like, yes.
Guess what?
Damn Bumpuses.
But guess what came on after I ended this movie? Fucking Billy Madison. He was in the fucking scene.
He's in Billy Madison too.
Yeah. Another great film. Favorite kill.
Ooh.
I like that head upside down in the fish tank.
I liked it when the girl, Randy, actually melted away.
That's what I'm going for, too.
That's pretty sweet.
I like the electrocution in the hot tub.
That was cool, too.
Yeah.
God damn, dude, there's a lot of deaths.
Yeah, there's a lot of deaths.
The other was.
Literally every character dies.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Kolchak's death, dude. Full explosion of double mic.
Want to see what happens when you resurrect somebody twice?
That's right. That was soupy, and I liked it.
It's the good stuff.
Fucking A, dude.
Absolutely.
The douche definitely got it the worst.
Yes, he did.
All right, so that leads to best scene.
Goddamn reanimation.
The fucking
butcher.
Yeah.
Butcher
yes.
Butcher shop.
You can't say the butcher shop, dude. It's
I am now turning into a vegan.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I even said that to the wife while we were watching. I was like, I'm kind of glad we are not eating like meat right now because I don't think I would want to.
I like how the pieces of that chicken he cut up earlier in the scene, like try to bring itself back together.
So gross, but so cool.
It's a little like a wriggling penis from last episode. Penis one. Did the opening scene hook you in?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, dude. It was a crazy fucking cop shootout.
Yep.
It's awesome.
It was pretty
You
fun.
can't go wrong with a cop shootout.
No, you can't.
Especially when like
They won't die.
it's setting up the whole movie within like 2 minutes and it's perfect. And you're like, all right. I almost was wondering if they were like one was going to die right away in the opening scene.
That's what I was thinking too. I didn't think it was going to be Roger, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be Roger either.
I didn't think so.
I have to agree with that. And I only say that because I didn't look at anything else going into this movie. No trailer, no nothing, just the poster and the little tagline. I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, I knew about this movie for years, and I always thought it was Joe Piscopo that was the one that died and they brought back.
I mean, technically they both are.
Right.
But
that's what makes it so fucking good. It took everything you thought would happen.
It really did.
Other thing, and it worked, and it did it the right way.
Just flipped all that shit around.
Yeah.
All right. So the most attractive character or characters of this film.
Treat.
I enjoyed Randy very much. I thought she was cute.
I got to go Randy for the girl and Piscopo for the guy.
Yep. Randy for the girl, Piscopo for the guy.
Randy was the coroner?
No, she was the girl
the girl.
melted away.
Corner. I'm going to go corner on this one. And I feel like I'm going to have to go Piscopo, man. I mean, Treat's got them Treat's got the eyebrows and like the suaveness, but like Piscopo, you know.
It's Piscopo.
He's the beefy guy, dude. And he makes you laugh. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a double whammy right there. So
Whammy.
Did the score set the mood?
Actually, I think it really did.
Totally 80s. Like, come on.
Yeah, totally late 80s. Perfect.
Still kept that nice buddy cop mojo. Best song. I don't know if I can answer this one.
The song at the end when the credits started rolling was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it was, but I don't even remember
music's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, the music was pretty good in general. So ending song then for sure.
All right, I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon and just agree with you.
Yeah, I'll jump on it. I don't really remember because I got up and pissed.
I don't either. Whoops, my bad. Oh, favorite character?
Joe Piscopo.
Yeah, he's pretty sweet.
No, I will say Roger was because I just love when he's dead. He's just like so casual, like nothing hurts. This is great. And then he's just like Joe, or well, he doesn't say Joe, but he's like, you're just jealous.
I mean, I almost feel like you got to just have them as the team in itself, just because they work really well off each other. But
this is true. Yeah, no, Roger for me.
I'm gonna have to say Piscopo for me, dude, for sure.
I'm gonna have to go Zombie Roger because he's more careless. He doesn't, especially when he's all burned up and shit.
Oh,
that's when it's like it's ass kicking time. Mode? Like I'm fucking done bullshitting. Everybody's gonna fucking die.
He was all.
I have to go with Roger.
We had the '80s lock and load scene.
Yes,
dude, the way he came into that lobby and just hit the bar with the bike and just went flying and then did like the backwards fucking like that was like awesome.
Again, the director knew how to make good action films because he's been editing the cream of the crop.
Literally. And 2 years later, he was on one of the best and biggest action films of all time.
Yep.
All right. So was it scary?
No.
Because it wasn't supposed to be.
But it wasn't meant to be.
No. So was it funny?
Yes.
It had its moments.
I loved it.
It's hilarious.
All right. Does it hold up today, gentlemen?
Yeah.
I think it does. To be honest, I think it does. The great practical effects. Even
I mean, really the only bad effect in this movie was that one real quick animation of her saying "I'm sorry" after her skin melted away.
Because
that was it. Yeah, that was literally the only bad effect in this film. So I would say it does hold up.
Oh yeah, I certainly would say so.
Definitely.
I'd agree, and I feel like the jokes still hit. At least maybe it does because I
mean, there's some stuff that you can't say today.
Right. I'm not going to say there isn't stuff that's dated, but it doesn't mean it still doesn't make me laugh.
Oh, no, it's fucking funny.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be reincarnated as a woman's bicycle seat. You can't say that in a movie today at all.
You can, but
no. Yeah. Not only can you not say it in a movie, you can't say that in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, but usually, like, they're going to have, like, some douche say it in the movie and not, like, the actual, like, good cop guy.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Who's slightly a douche.
Very true.
All right. So, how was the acting, gentlemen?
Everybody played their parts
pretty top-notch.
really well, so I would definitely give them
It was
all.
great
a 9 out
acting
of
for a
10.
B movie.
Yes,
And especially knowing that Piscopo ad-libbed the majority of his lines, I think that he did it really well.
I'd agree. And I feel like once again we also had some senior actors in the mix too. So
Yeah.
you
that
had
also helped.
You had veterans with the young ones, and they did wonderful.
Absolutely. Boss man,
What are we
any
on?
thoughts? No, I was just wondering any thoughts.
No, I said the acting was wonderful.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just chilling out.
No, that's
I already
Our
kinda
grapefruit's kicking in.
Yeah, I already commented on Piscopo's acting earlier. So.
And yeah, just all right.
He's like, I checked out.
Cinematography. No, you're fine, dude. Cinematography. I think Boss Man and Brody kind of hit it on the head with this one perfectly. Like,
Yeah,
gets the job done.
Yeah, nothing looked like a
Yeah.
set, with the exception of maybe that reanimation chamber.
Right.
That's
How
really
the
the
fuck
only
you gonna
thing
make
that.
that look real?
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying that's really the only thing that even remotely looked like a set.
That was
At
the
all.
Frankenstein chamber, dude.
Yeah.
That was
Did
awesome.
anyone else think that was kind of based off the Death Star tractor beam reactor?
that's what I was
Obi-Wan
thinking.
Kenobi.
That's what I
Star
was.
Wars.
Yes.
Like I don't know why. I just kind of got that vibe. Like it was kind
Was
of
it
based
like
on that design.
The basic
clear
like
poles and
Zordon's thing in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The movie.
Yeah, dude. When he's like, when he's like
Yeah.
shattered, and he's like, oh yeah, yes. Oh, now that's all I'm gonna see if I ever watch this again. All right. So, did you enjoy the premise?
Oh, it's one of a kind, baby. It is too sweet.
Everybody goes to heaven. One wants to be a bicycle seat, and the other one just, wants to enjoy life.
Doesn't care.
This wasn't
Whatever.
even a like, dude. This was a straight up love from the get go.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was the action 80s movie that I've never seen that I totally needed to see. And thank
we'll
you for that
totally
once
be on.
again.
We'll totally be
Now you
on
a
our
Dead Heat
repeat.
fan.
Fucking right, dude.
I
So we
can't
need
believe
to-
this movie does not get as much love as we're showing it. Like we're going to be the only ones that are raving about this movie for years, and other people
Oh,
are just
yeah.
kind of
We need some specialty figures from this movie, please.
Yeah.
Yo, dude,
We
give
need
me the
some-
big fucking biker dude.
You need a flex
want
and
that.
Piscopo.
And we need 2 Rogers and 2 Piscopos because both die, so we need those versions.
No,
Piscopo still looked the same when he came back.
Piscopo mutant biker 2-pack.
that Hooper figure looks pretty sweet.
Yo,
Yeah.
now we just need the chief, and we got all 3. We're almost there.
They can't. There was a likeness rights issue. That's why they can't.
Don't worry, they'll
who?
fix it. They'll fix it. Fix it. That's all I'm gonna say.
No.
Wait, Jen, there's one problem. I can't have mine interrupted. It's a problem.
It's holding up his microphone right now.
Yeah, it's like it's a problem.
He doesn't have a desk to hold it up, so he has to hold an erection the entire show. Uh-oh, base of that mic stand up.
They have a blue pill for that. Don't worry.
That's why he strokes out sometimes all the bloods in other places.
Let's go elsewhere.
Holy fuck.
Bobby's camera
right.
doesn't freeze. That's just him freezing.
So we are on our quadruple R's. Remake or reboot.
Fucking Brody comes in clutch with the comment.
That does not surprise me.
Oh shit.
Hey guys, you know what they say? When you go black, you never come back.
Whoa! Don't bum.
Anyway, continue.
I'm gonna rewind this shit for days, dude.
I would rewind it and just rewind it. I don't even know if I'd remake it because they
Can I
would fuck
say-
it up.
Can I say rewind and reboot? Continue on. Maybe like have a more zombified Joe Piscopo who didn't die at the end.
Yeah, like that could be the sequel. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely. I feel like you should get his last like remaining hours once Roger turns into start the movie. Roger turns into a puddle, and then how does he live his last hours?
I think you should remake it with Chris Pratt because that's my go-to guy. With
Chris
any
Pratt
movie.
and Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, and then,
Oh my god!
have Joe Piscopo show up as a zombie at some point in the film.
So Ryan Reynolds would have to be Piscopo's character, correct?
Just have him like rotted, almost like skeleton, like smoking a cigarette somewhere, and they go visit him. Be
Wait,
fucking
would
hilarious.
Ryan Reynolds be the main one as more serious than Chris Pratt, or would
I would like to see that. I would like to see that. I would like to see the role reversal of Ryan Reynolds playing the straight arrow, or the straighter arrow than he usually does.
Because at first I was thinking, okay, remake, and I was thinking, who's done like a funny buddy cop? Who could I see doing that? And at first I was like Kevin Hart and The Rock.
I knew you were going to go there.
I was going to say he kind of played a straight arrow in R.I.P.D. though, didn't he?
Kind of.
You know,
it was okay.
Steve, now that you said that, it would be interesting to see fucking Kevin Hart as a zombie.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Oscar Isaac.
I think I might be over Kevin Hart in the Rock movies myself. That's just me. I don't know if I'd want to reboot it though, dude. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm totally fine, rewind it all day, every day. But if they did a reboot, I would not mind a reboot of this flick if they did it with the correct people.
Yes.
Okay, so Gore still has to remain practical. That is definitely for sure.
Yes, definitely.
And if they fuck it up, I hate
TJ's laughing because it would never.
He said Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. 12 episodes, an hour each, basically in real time from the moment they get resurrected.
Bro.
Whoa.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. That one, dude.
Brody, make it happen.
I could see Hugh Jackman and Reynolds.
Because Hugh Jackman could definitely play the straight arrow for that one.
Oh, yes.
Sure. Especially they do with their whole fake feud.
I was going to say, they do it in their fake feud all the time. It's great.
Damn it, I want that now. God damn it, Brody.
Let's rate it.
Let's rate this bitch.
Yes.
All right. Boss man, let's start with you.
3.8.
3.8. All righty. Scuba.
3.5.
3.5. Bobby.
I'm actually agreeing with the boss man. That's what I was thinking as we were going through. 3.8.
3. Bad Daddy.
That's exactly what I was going for too. Is 3.8. Even before TJ said his, I had it set in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I'm just gonna go with a solid 4, dude, because I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
So where are we at?
We are at 3.78. So 3.8.
Oh!
Hey. Wow, talk about breaking even.
Right? That's perfect. So that gives Dead Heat from 1988 a Gore More score of 3.8. Official. All right. So, gentlemen, what are we reviewing next week? We're doing a little change up.
We're doing a change up. Next week was supposed to be The Howling, but we're having a little trouble finding The Howling. So to give everybody a little bit of time to procure a copy, we're swapping it with the Jack Nicholson classic Wolf.
From 1994.
1994.
Nice. Awesome. And you can find that shit on, I believe, Vudu, Amazon, and all that good shit. So
yes, you can.
That should be an easy one.
Michelle Pfeiffer's in that, isn't she?
She is.
Pfeiffer. Yummy.
It'll be a first watch for me. So
same for me. This was supposed to be the 90s reboot of Universal Monsters. They wanted to start with this.
Okay, good to know.
I haven't seen this movie since it was an HBO feature presentation.
Ooh.
The only thing I remember seeing from the previews is the scene where Jack Nicholson's peeing all over everything in the men's room, saying he's marking his territory.
I don't think you could have picked a better person to do that than Jack Nicholson.
Awesome. All right.
Maybe Busey.
Oh, yeah.
Who could bring the crazy better?
Yo, that would be
I feel like Busey, dude. Like,
okay,
Busey has it natural.
How did not a single one of us pick Silver Bullet for a werewolf movie? Because we could have had a Busey movie.
I mean,
I think it's got. Well, for me, I was thinking about it, but I'm like, no, I want something different. So I went with something I haven't seen before.
Silver Bullet was a good one, but
not the best looking werewolf though, but a good movie.
Right. Damn. Oh well. That could always be added into next year if need be.
Could always cut one out and put it in.
And I was thinking about this, guys. Did I mention before that next year I don't want to do any more sequels? I think we're done with sequels.
Yeah,
I think. I think the sequel thing's run its course. We got so many other movies, so many better movies we could be talking about next year.
But what about sequels that get necessarily better than the originators of the series?
Like what?
Weren't you guys talking about Cases Point, like you guys really liked 4 of The Howling, or was that maybe more Bossman?
I mean, the fourth one is a great movie.
I don't really remember too much, but I do remember it being more true to the book.
Okay.
TCM 4, TCM 3, Hellraiser 3.
Hellraiser 3, I definitely liked more than the first one for sure.
These are just films
Second
that
good.
have merit to them and are worth talking about.
We did Hellraiser 3, though.
Yes, we did.
No, I know. I was just asking for like.
I mean, we could throw a couple in there, but I don't want to go. Like, I'm not sitting through Alien Resurrection. Sorry, I hate that movie.
No. First of all, I thought our whole thing was we were capping it at trilogies. Anyway. Yeah, we were stopping at 3. So
all right.
Yeah, we're safe from that. And also Crow 4.
That was the rule to prevent that from happening.
Correct. I remember we discussed that way back in 2019.
Yeah.
Like, this shit doesn't go over 3 because where do we go?
Friday the 13th, Part 8, boys. Okay.
Right. Like if we ever decided to go that, like, or even Paranormal Activities, you're going to go one. I think the only one I think that we all said we would go 4 on is if we do all Piranhas.
Now,
that's
in the case of Scanners and Scanner Cop, that's a spinoff. And one could argue.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Well, that's a totally different. Yeah,
he's got a point there.
Are we gonna do? We haven't really discussed this, but I guess we can discuss this quick on air. Are we gonna have any themes for next year?
Piranha
or no?
You are dead set on doing all the Piranha movies. That's hilarious.
Piranha month, bro.
Yeah,
we should you guys do a Down Under month.
When is Shark Month in the summer, right? Or Shark Week?
Yeah, that's like in July.
We should do our own version. Just all
every month.
Films. Bad fishing films.
At least once a month. It's a rough week.
I mean, I think we were discussing doing more foreign films.
Well, I can break out the fishing vest and the hat again.
Hooper.
Yeah. A recap on Bloodhook.
Yeah.
Let's do a whole month of just Bloodhook over and over.
And each week change our score and review to get either really worse or really better.
Yo, man, if it gets Lloyd Kaufman on the show, that's all that matters.
There you go.
Fucking A, dude. Well, anything else, gentlemen, in the world of horror or movies that we'd like to discuss?
Not that I can think of.
Did you guys watch the Matrix trailer?
Yes.
It did look quite entertaining.
Looked interesting.
I'm pumped for it. I want to see it. Hopefully it's better than the two sequels.
Okay, which one is your least favorite?
I'd say probably
I'd have to say one. 2 is Poop Town full out for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. 3, I felt it was just kind of like did he become
3 redeemed it a little bit, but the second one, although the Animatrix was actually pretty good. A lot of those stories
Animatrix was cool, and I never played the Enter the Matrix game, but I heard pretty good.
The game was good. The game was good.
I watched a Keanu Reeves movie the other day called River's Edge. That was pretty good.
I know I've heard of that. What's it about?
So, spoiler alert. The movie opens on this dude sitting next to a dead body screaming. And then he proceeds to show all of his friends, one of them's Keanu Reeves, this dead body, and they all kind of react to it. You see how they kind of react to oh my fucking God, you killed somebody. And then Keanu Reeves, another spoiler alert, turns him in, but he's the only one that knows that he turned him in. So everybody else thinks it's somebody else. So he's kind of laying low. But then, there's this girl that's involved in everything, and then the guy
hang on a second, guys, I'll be right back.
Likes killing people.
Huh.
And Chad's the person to ask me to describe the plot of the movie in the first place, and then walks away.
But I like how you're just very calm about explaining it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But the cool thing is that it was made the same year as David Lynch's Blue Velvet, and it has the same director photographer, and Dennis Hopper plays a weed dealer.
Yo, okay, that's a role that fits him.
And he has a prosthetic leg and he walks around with a revolver.
Wait, was that after Dennis Hopper's drinking?
Oh, he's all fucked up in this one. It's hilarious. It's just as crazy. No, okay. It's not as crazy as Blue Velvet because Dennis Hopper's character in Blue Velvet's fucking nuts. But this one's just also nuts, but in a different way. Like,
when did this come out again?
86?
Oh, so he was
wow.
well into his drinking because there were some stories from TCM too about him being fucked up.
Interesting.
Because the one
I watched it on Pluto free.
And this is called River's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Crispin's in it too.
Oh, he is.
Oh,
he plays a drug dealer, and he's fucking hilarious. There's a scene where he like takes a bunch of pills and gets all like, yeah, ah! And then he like is driving, and then he passes out, and then he just like falls asleep. It's really fucking funny. He's really
Crispin
balls to the
Glover,
wall.
man. He's
yeah.
Huh. So
he plays the serial killer's best friend. So just take that.
Right.
Sorry, guys. I was about ready to pee my pants. I couldn't hold it anymore.
It's got that old man bladder problem.
Yes, he does.
It's this. It's this big fucking coffee I was drinking the whole show.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't shit.
Right? So usually that's like a 20-minute boom boom.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
There's a really funny scene. I'm going to spoil it. It doesn't really destroy the plot or anything. But he's like, where the guy's like explaining like how he felt when he killed the girl. And he's like, man, I just felt, got a real rush of energy. I felt so alive. You know what I mean, man? He looks at Dennis Hopper and he's like, no, I don't. I lost it. Fucking lost it.
Sounds awesome, dude. I'm going to have to give it a look. You said Pluto?
Yeah.
Yep, Pluto. It's on there for free. I believe that there's a bare bones release as well. Maybe Kino. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Word.
Sour grapefruit.
So is that about it then, gentlemen? I think that's
all.
That's it here for sure.
So before we go, Gore N More is part of the Project Louder Network, where you can find some amazing podcasts such as Lights, Camera, Exploitation, featuring the boss man himself and Brody.
Yep.
From our lovely little snips. We got Somewhat Supernatural with Mr. Scuba Steve. Check him out with all the spooky things. And you also got a new one coming up, right?
Yes, the Ghost Vatos Chronicles.
Aha. And you could check out with Mr. Ramona, you could check out the Machine Shop.
I have to make sure it can happen, but I do have one. I just need to ask Boss Man if it is available for the time I need it. But yes, we do have something. I have something coming.
All righty. And tune in next week to catch the rest of us. And make sure you watch Wolf.
Big Johnny D. When's the next special episode of Fatality?
So I'm waiting on Mr. Kane's response when he tells me he actually has watched it. I've watched it twice already. I'm ready. I got to make some show notes up. Nice. Maybe if I make the show notes up and send them. I know he's watched right now, so he can hear this anyways. But
I recently sent him a Region A player, Blu-ray player, and like a nice little care package of a bunch of shit. So he'll be able to watch a lot of these films that he wasn't able to now.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it'll be good.
There you go. There's your answer
tonight, dude. All right. I can't. Oh man, it's gonna be so hard. Him and I are still gonna talk about it anyways. Like we're gonna have to in our own like chat.
Hopefully, he'll be wearing some Project Louder merch in a future episode because I used a bunch of Project Louder merch to stuff it. Blu-ray.
Yeah,
nice.
Dude, I'm excited, man, because like with that, and then we got Injustice next month. The Injustice animated movie.
Yeah.
So. That's another one right there. And I'm like, yo, man, I know you said season 2. Maybe this is actually going to happen.
I don't know if I should make the joke again, Brody. I think I made it on another podcast as well already.
Oh, yeah. We don't get it flagged again.
No.
Jesus, fuck. Alrighty. Well, without further ado, I think that is about it. So I am your Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying adios, Gorehounds.
This is your Chad Daddy saying, see you next week, bitches.
Bobby. Are we going? Oh, all right. I know if we were going down. I thought we were going down the line and coming down. This is your Killing Machine, Bobby Amon, saying we'll see you next week.
This is your host with the ghost saying, see you later, bitches.
And this is the Pod Boss, CJ Bowser. See you next time.
Bye. Bye.